What if Goku grew up in the Fire Nation? Let's talk about it. I'm gonna talk about two scenarios. If Goku bumped his head, or if he didn't. Let's talk about if he did first. In Dragon Ball Z, Goku hit his head, which led to him being unlike other Saiyans. Saiyans are usually more aggressive and precise, but Goku is a goofball, and was brought up by Grandpa Gohan. Now, let's put him in the Dragon Ball universe. Let's say he's raised by Uncle Iroh, and grows up along Zuko like a brother. It's a good thing Goku's gonna be royalty because he'd eat them out of house and home. Iroh would have never left the military because his son Liu Tang wouldn't have died. Goku would have protected him. Goku would help win battle after battle. He'd eventually leave the military because he just doesn't feel right about it. He is passionate about honing his skills. He would pick up firebending at an early age. Maybe some of you don't think he could firebend. I personally think he probably could. And I know bending is an innate ability. But with Goku's ability to manipulate ki, I think he'd figure out firebending in a different way. We know he can generate fire from his body just from flying or using energy blasts. I think he could learn to manipulate that. I think he'd be so jealous of all the other people firebending, he'd want to learn how to. I also believe he'd be able to connect to the spirit world. Uncle Iroh is his dad at this point. Now, I could be wrong, but we're gonna go with this. And along with this, he'd be honing his Saiyan abilities too. Imagine him growing up with Zuko and Azula. I think Azula would just be a straight up bitch, and Goku would just be like, wow, you're really mean. And I think they'd get into it a little bit, because Goku's kind of dumb and Azula would blast him with lightning or something, and Goku would be like, ow, that hurts, and like throw a chair at her bitch ass and just fucking break her shit. Later in life, when his cousin Zuko gets banished from the Fire Nation, Goku goes with him. And you know what that means. Goku ends up meeting Aang. And Goku's under the impression that Aang is going to be some bad dude. The Avatar is just going to be some bad guy, because he grows up thinking the Fire Nation is all good. And every nation commits atrocities, but the Fire Nation just has to defend themselves. But we all know that's not the case. When they go to the Southern Water Tribe, they catch Aang pretty easily with Goku. He sits by Aang with him in his cell, and they just kind of talk. Goku ends up realizing that Aang's not a bad guy. So he breaks Aang out. So that's the first thing that I think can happen. And if this video does well enough, I'll do a second video, maybe going through each book about how if Goku was in Avatar: The Last Airbender. But for one video, I think that's going to be a little bit too long. At least for the time I need to get this video out for. So now, if Goku didn't hit his head, and he grew up in the Fire Nation, he'd be raised by Ozai and brought up as Zuko and Azula's brother. Him and Azula would often gang up on Zuko. They saw him as weak. Goku would hone his fire abilities early on, especially with training with Azula and Zuko and his dad Ozai so much. Everyone noticed early on that he's not normal. He joined the Fire Nation army pretty early. This version of Goku isn't as strong, believe it or not. After easily taking over nation after nation, he thinks he's just better than everyone and doesn't need to do anything. Which he pretty much is better than everyone, but he's not very nice about it. He ends up killing Aang and actually Ozai to take over the Fire Nation. But that's the video, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.
Just come back for fun, because it's great being alive with you.
Good reason.